project managers will evolve and adapt to the world where they are naturally working with a digital partner who's taking care of many aspects of project management that project managers used to do, but actually AI is going to do better.
Hello, welcome to Capterra's Guest Network series, where we talk to leading business influencers about how to work smarter by using the right software. I'm Niels Juist, and today we're talking to Peter Taylor about essential and emerging tech for project managers. Peter is a seasoned project management executive and author who's delivered hundreds of keynote presentations around the world. Thank you for joining us, Peter.
My pleasure. Glad to be here.
So, Peter, in a new Capterra survey for project managers, nearly 30% say ineffective software has been one of their biggest challenges lately. What advice would you give PMs looking to avoid a bad tech purchase?
The challenge I would suggest is that people often move too rapidly into acquiring or adopting technology. And technology is amazing, don't get me wrong there. The software technology that's available in our own profession, project management, is astounding what it can actually do. But I've always advised people who I've worked with to look at what is their basic need, is to not make a decision too early, effectively, until they understand what their challenges are, what their need is. So don't leap into technology. Consider through practical use of whatever you've got at the moment, whatever tools and technology you actually have at the moment, begin to work with that and then understand what it is you, yourself, your organization, your project community, what do they actually need? And then you can describe it, and then you can go and look for the most appropriate piece of technology to suit your needs.
Are there some unexpected questions first-time PM software buyers should ask vendors, but often don't?
There are, I think, and then there are questions I'm really surprised that a lot of people don't ask. I mean, one that is, I think, asked quite often, but is often missed as well, is, can you provide me with examples of current users of your technology that are similar to myself, to my own organization, a similar industry, similar size, similar scale, and similar expectations of need, if you like. Can you do that? I mean, that's a fantastic starting point, because if they can come back and say yes, then you know that most of your needs will already be catered for, because someone like you is working effectively with this technology. So I think that's the first question. The second question is all about future state. Challenge organizations to present to you what is their roadmap. Where are they going with this technology? What is their intentions of development and evolution? And that is even more important these days with artificial intelligence. They should have a clear roadmap of when they're going to bring in artificial intelligence, what they're going to use it for, how's it going to benefit users, what is the release cycle, all of that. And I think the third one is around, and I don't see this one being asked very often at all, actually. It's what do you advise me or my organization? What do you advise the right way to go about of actually taking on board this technology and getting user acceptance, user adoption of this technology? Because if that company can intelligently articulate the adoption process, they've been through it, they understand their users, they understand the people. And I think they would then become a very good partner to work with. So I think there's three very, very key questions there.
Right, interesting. At what point should PMs upgrade their software from a basic management tool to a more sophisticated tech with advanced capabilities, like, for example, artificial intelligence?
I think the answer is complexity. If you are small scale, limited amount of projects underway or expected to be underway, then you can work quite well with the basic office tools and technology. But as soon as you reach a point where either your projects are of increased complexity, and they may be spanning multiple regions, multiple offices, multiple users, remote, virtual contributors to the project, for example, where they are complex in their technical nature or their business nature, but also if your overall portfolio is at a point where you just can't handle it with basic tools at this point in time, then there's the time to start moving towards enterprise level kind of technology. But I think the important thing is, it's a bit like the question for the providers of technology. The question you should have is, what is my roadmap? When am I going to get to this point? Because organizations should know they're going to reach this point of need at some point in the future, and therefore, what are the trigger points, and how are they going to go about finding the right solution for them?
So what's the most exciting use case for emerging tech in the PM space today?
I think it's in the area of communication. I think it offers up a kind of an opportunity for people to be really connected to each other. And I think the AI-powered capability to auto-translate in the moment, in the fly, during a meeting, during a conversation, is going to be incredibly powerful, I believe. It's going to allow people to really work together and understand each other. It's going to reduce the number of miscommunications, errors in understanding. It's going to allow people to be more relaxed, I think, in meetings as well. I mean, I'm a native English speaker. That's the only language capability I have. But I know I've worked with many people around the world, and I know it's a challenge when you are having to work in business English constantly. Early morning calls, late night calls. It can be quite challenging to people as they process. And I totally respect and value that they have that capability. But you can imagine a world where technology takes over a huge amount of that burden. Perhaps the meeting is going to be run in English anyway, but when there are points of clarification, points of confirmation, some concerns and questions, you can switch instantly into your own language, be German or Dutch or Spanish, Italian, Chinese, whatever, and the technology will just take care of it. And that, I think, is amazing. We're already evaluating some pieces of technology that allow us to do that, and I think the potential for it is absolutely huge.
How do you see that capability evolving in the next 5 years?
Well, I think what we're seeing a lot of at the moment is releases, independent, discrete releases of pieces of technology. I think what we're going to see, what was typical in this kind of world, we saw it in the enterprise project management world when it came about, was you see an evolution into significant players offering the whole range of AI empowerment, the kind of co-pilot concept, the digital partner, if you like. And I think that is the biggest advantage we're going to have moving forward. All of this will mature into something that sits seamlessly inside the technology that we work with, and project managers will evolve and adapt to the world where they are naturally working with a digital partner who's taking care of many aspects of project management that project managers used to do, but actually AI is going to do better as we move forward. And the people and the project managers can get back to people. I think that's really, really exciting.
Absolutely, very exciting. So at Capterra, we're all about helping people make the right software choices. Have you ever regretted a software purchase yourself?
I can't. I don't think I can say I regret one I have made myself. I've made many decisions or been party to making decisions, and I've accepted the conclusions of that decision-making process and worked with it. But also, I have to reflect, I have had to live with decisions of others, and sometimes that's quite challenging. But you kind of have to overcome it. So, I mean, certainly when you enter the kind of enterprise world, there is a very significant commitment that's been made. And so it's not a matter of resisting it or fighting it. It's a matter of, well, how can we get the best out of what we actually have now? So I would say, no, I haven't made, I don't think anyway, a bad decision that I personally felt a bad decision anyway. But I think in every organization, you have to accept decisions that others have made, and you have to, you have to be very positive about it, and you have to find the value in that decision and that technology.
Yeah, you have to learn to live with it.
Learn to live with it. I feel that's a little negative, perhaps, learning to live with it, learning to take advantage of it, because there's always an opportunity to take advantage of whatever is in the technology. And you may not agree with the fundamental. I mean, I can reflect on one case where the global community of project representatives did a lot of work and evaluated a lot of pieces of technology, came up with a recommendation. And at the end of the day, they were overruled by the business and the central IT constraints on what technology could be used as part of our standard enterprise agreements, if you like. And so it was hurtful to many people. They put in a lot of hours, a lot of effort, and they felt their voice wasn't heard. But there was also the realities of that. There were some basic constraints that we were working to, and that required a different decision to be taken. And the challenge was then of getting people over that hurdle of resistance and going, look, this is going to be good. Whatever you feel, whatever you thought was the right decision, this decision that's been taken, we can gain benefit from it.
Right. Thanks for your insights, Peter.
My pleasure.
And thank you for joining us. You can check out more of these interviews on our YouTube channel, so please like and subscribe. You can also follow us on LinkedIn and X. See you next time.